Hey, welcome to Julia Marie Yoga. I'm Julia, and today I'm going to take you through a 30-minute Yoga 101 class. So maybe you're into other types of fitness and you want to be able to walk into a yoga class confident and ready to go. This is exactly the type of video you need to watch to get there. Or maybe you just store this video somewhere that you can do once or twice a week in addition to what other activities you're doing at the gym, at the park, on a team, whatever it is that you like to do. Adding a little bit of yoga once or twice a week can help you with your flexibility. It can help you strengthen and tone your core, your arms, your legs, and most importantly, you get all of the beautiful benefits that come with yoga, such as your mind-body balance and attention to breath and a feeling of a moving meditation. So I believe you can do yoga anywhere you can pull up a mat or simply just a piece of carpet. So get yourself a space, get yourself ready, maybe grab a bottle of water if you want to be able to refresh once or twice during class, and let's get going. So if you've got your mat laid out on your stretcher carpet, on your hardwood floor, maybe you're in your office, wherever you can lay out your mat is just fine for yoga. And as long as you can extend your arms out, stand up tall, you're doing just fine. So we're going to get started today in an easy seat. Sometimes this is called Sukhasana or easy pose. For a lot of us, this is a posture that can offer some limitations for our hips and our knees. So I'm going to offer you some ideas if you're running into those challenges. So let's come on down to the mat. So Sukhasana, or crisscross yoga sauce as I like to call it, is basically just sitting in a cross-legged position. But for a lot of us, our knees come up really high, or we feel like we're slumping forward. So if you're in that scenario, then you can take a small pillow or a block and slide it right underneath your tush. That'll give you a little bit of height. Another thing when you're sitting in Sukhasana easy pose is sometimes it gets uncomfortable if our ankles are bound up really tight. So you may want to lay one ankle in front of the other so you can find a taller spine. So from this easy pose, maybe this is working for you. Maybe this is something that doesn't feel easy at all. Then you can take a kneeling stance like so, and you can even put a block underneath your tush when you get here. I'm going to take my crisscross yoga sauce. Sit up really tall from a firm seat. So you should feel that your legs are anchored, and then you can draw your chest a little higher to the ceiling, crown of your head straight up. Or if you're me, your top knot, yeah? Turn your palms face up, draw your shoulder blades up, 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 like they're becoming earrings, and then relax them down your back so that your neck feels long. Take a deep breath in through your nose as if you were breathing down a straw or a hollow reed, so that breath goes right down the middle line of your body. And then through an open mouth, exhale, slow, steady, up the same straw. Let's do 2 more times like that. One more time. Now seal your lips. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. You may hear an ocean wave-like sound. Some people call it Darth Vader breath. You can call it whatever you want, but most of the time when you go into a vinyasa class, if they ask you to breathe with ujjayi breath, this is what they're referring to. They're referring to a breath in which you're breathing in and out through your nose. Your lips are sealed, and there's a little bit of contraction in your belly and in your throat, causing the breath to slow down on the way in and stay slow on the way out. Now, one thing to know about this style of breathing is that it does retain a lot of the heat that you build in yoga class. So, if for any reason you need to let go of your breath quickly, breathe out an open mouth. If you're feeling overheated, breathe out an open mouth. Or if you have any other medical issues where you don't feel that this is the style of breath that's going to be conducive to you keeping up a sustainable breath during practice, then toss it. And there's many, many reasons why maybe Ujjayi isn't something you feel comfortable with. So that's totally fine. As long as you're breathing in yoga, don't worry if the person on the mat next to you is breathing a different way. And if you're in your own house, who cares at all? You can breathe however you want to breathe, as long as you're breathing. Let's do 3 more long, steady breaths together. Take a deep inhale and exhale. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Great. Now that you have an awesome breath pattern going, let's shift over into child's pose. So come forward. Bring your knees a little bit wider than your hips. Let your toes come to touch towards one another behind you. Shift your hips back and then draw your forehead down to meet the mat. Extend your arms long and let your belly rest in between your thighs. If for any reason this feels uncomfortable for your knees, you can place a soft cushion between your lower legs and your upper legs, or you can draw your knees closer or farther apart. Just breathe here. Feel a nice stretch down the length of your arms and the sides of your body, and definitely down here in your low back. Great. From child's pose, on your inhale breath, come up to tabletop. Tabletop is hands and knees. So you're going to want to stack your shoulder over your elbow, over your wrist, and then your hips over your knees. It's up to you if you untuck your toes. Sometimes I leave them tucked, sometimes I don't. And give yourself a nice wide base. So for a lot of us, when we're setting up in tabletop pose, it's the foundation for many other poses that we're going to take, like plank pose and downward facing dog. So you want the creases of your wrists to line up with the top edge of your mat, and then spread your fingers wide. So for some of us, that might be a little turned out, or it might be straight forward. What you want to look is that your elbows, especially that vein where you can give blood, it's always in the center part of your elbow, which is a nice checkpoint, can spin forward, and your collarbones, your chest, can get broad. When we think about alignment, it's not necessarily that there's one alignment that's going to keep us safe versus another, because we all have a different bone structure. But when we think about alignment, it's more about optimizing the load for our body. So making sure that we're distributing weight in the most efficient way possible, and that's how we keep our joints healthy. All right, so from our tabletop position, draw your belly in, lengthen your spine. And on your inhale, it's cow pose. So start this movement from your tailbone. Inhale, cow pose. Tailbone goes up, your belly starts to soften. Pull your heart through the frame of your shoulders. And for a lot of us, a little softness in the elbows can help us get around our shoulder joint. Take a full deep breath in here. Exhale to cat. Again, start the movement with your tailbone. Under, draw your belly up and in, and then push the ground away. Let your shoulder blades spread to the sides of your body. And breathe in, it's cat pose. Start the cow pose. Start the tailbone up, drop your belly, lift your heart. On your exhale, it's cat pose. Round your spine, gaze back at your thigh. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. On your next inhale, come to a long neutral spine. Let's play with our balance a little bit. Prepare our core before we get farther off the floor. So on your next breath in, extend your right arm forward and turn your thumb face up like you're hitchhiking, palm to the center. Extend your left leg back and dial your toes down to the ground. So this is where having your right toes tucked on the grounded leg might help you feel a little more stable. Take a full breath in here. Continue to draw your belly up towards your spine. And then exhale like a cat back, but round your elbow and your knee to meet underneath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, elbow to knee. 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Last time, lengthen. Last time, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen all the way. Give yourself a moment of balance. Exhale, hand and knee down. Nice job. If you need to shift around a little bit to let that go, go for it. Let's do the other side. Extend your left arm forward, your right leg back. Get really long and feel your heel come up in line with your hip. So you're using the entire back line of your body. Take a full breath in. Exhale, like the cat back, and then bring your knee to your elbow. Inhale, push your arm and leg strong and long. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Get long, lengthen. Exhale, hand and knee down. From here, notice if you need to reset your hands or if your wrists need a moment to roll around, move around, get more comfy. And then from this tabletop position, we'll shift back from downward facing dog. So tuck your toes under, lift your seat, and start to send your legs long, your hips up and back. Push down through your hands. And broaden your upper back. So you should feel your shoulder blades move away from your ears just a little bit and your biceps spin in. And if that feels like a more complicated movement for you right now, don't worry about it. What you want to focus on is that you have really strong, grounded energy through your hands and your sit bones are lifting up and back. Send the top part of your thigh bones back and you're going to feel a nice stretch as your heels lower towards the ground. Let's take 3 breaths here. Deeply inhale. Big exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. From downward facing dog, shift forward to plank pose. So soften your knees, then push yourself forward. Feel the back of your heart lift, and then lengthen your neck as you broaden your chest. Strengthen your arms down into your yoga mat. Stay strong in your legs, and continue to draw your spine long from your tailbone through your neck. Take a full breath in here. Exhale, knees come down. Elbows graze your sides, come all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes for this next pose. Press your toes down into the ground. We'll move into a baby cobra. So baby cobra is mostly for spinal strength. We're going to engage the muscles that lengthen and strengthen our spine and not rely so much on arm strength, glute strength, and the things that we might use if we were going into upward facing dog. So on your inhale, push into your feet. Maybe your kneecaps will slightly lift off the ground and start to lift the back of your chest up. Feel your neck become the extension of your spine. So you don't need to do this. Gaze straight forward, lengthening your neck, and your hands will stay light. Notice if you are trying to make all of this happen from your butt muscles, they're going to support you here, but we really want to work our spinal muscles. Take another breath in. Exhale, chest down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, Cobra Pose. Peel from the middle back, upper back, and then your neck. Exhale, lower slowly down. Inhale, Cobra Pose. Press into your feet. Lift your back. Let your neck follow the line of your spine. Exhale, lower down. Shift back to child's pose. Push up, move back. On your next inhale, tabletop, lift, hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips first, heart and head will follow. Take a full breath in. Big exhale. Again, inhale. Big exhale. Step your feet together, and on your in-breath, lift your right leg up from the inseam. So if you notice that you're opening right away, instead send your heels straight up. On your exhale, step through all the way to a lunge. And for a lot of us, if our foot only gets halfway, you pick it up and you bring it forward. Place your back knee down, and on your inhale, come up to what we call a kneeling crescent or Anjaneyasana. Kneeling crescent. To start today, let's keep our hips over our knee and our back toe tucked. That way we're getting a really nice stretch for our hip flexor in the lower leg. And in this upper leg, feel this strength right down through your heel. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Lift through your heart, and then soften the base of your neck. It'll feel a little bit like your pinkies just got higher than your thumbs. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, hands down, and then from core strength, step all the way back. Right foot meets your left. Inhale, send your left heel high this time. Remember, from the inseam so your toes can point downwards. Exhale, cat your back, and then step through to low lunge. Place your right knee down. Kneeling crescent, inhale, rise up. Let your arm bones frame your ears, and if this causes tension in your neck, soften your elbows. Dial your pinky fingers in slightly and feel that lift of your heart up. Strengthen down through your front heel. Send your tailbone down to your back knee, and then lift your chest up. Feel the front line of this hip open up. Take another deep breath in, deep breath out. One more time, inhale. Exhale, hand down, step back, downward facing dog. Deeply breathe in, deeply breathe out. Hinge forward, plank pose. So soften your knees and then push your legs long. Feel the back of your heart dome, and then broaden your chest to level out your spine. Knees can come down first and then lower all the way down to your belly. Just one time, Cobra Pose. Untuck your toes. Inhale. Lift your spine. Lift your neck. Exhale, Child's Pose. Lower down. Shift back. Third eye to the mat. Inhale, tabletop, hands and knees, tuck your toes. Exhale, rock your hips back, downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Your next inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, step to the top edge of your space. Ragdoll Pose, soften your knees, grab for opposite elbows, and then hang your head through the picture frame of your arms. Breathe into your side ribs, breathe into your back, feel that stretch out. Then loosen your fingertips long, let your sit bones anchor back, and inhale, rise up with your breath. Breath is a really good spinal support. Inhale, reach up. Depending on the class you'll go to, some people will call this mountain pose, other people won't. In a sun salute, your arms are going to come up overhead. That's what's important to know. Inhale, reach up. Anchor your feet. Draw your belly in and up. Reach your fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, fold from your hips. And so for a lot of us, we need to bend our knees a little bit to actually fold from the hip hinge. Inhale, halfway lift. Think of like a deadlift if you've ever lifted weights. Lengthen your spine. Send your sit bones back, heart forward. Now for a lot of us, straight legs and a long spine causes us to do this. So you might want to soften your knees, broaden your chest. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, high plank. Lower down. Inhale, Cobra Pose. Lift your chest. Exhale, rock it back, downward facing dog. Now you might be in a class where they go through Chaturanga, and we'll cover that in a different video. Today we're just going to lower down to our belly and then press back up to downward facing dog as we go through these sun salutes. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step to the top edge of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold, bow. Inhale, reach up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on your shins, lengthen your spine. Exhale, high plank, lower to your belly. Inhale, Cobra Pose, lift your chest. Exhale, downward dog, lower down, press back. Take a full breath in, a full breath out. 2 more times, inhale. Exhale. Last time, breathe in, breathe out. Look forward, step your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine from tail to crown. Exhale, fold, bow, top of your head points to the ground. Inhale, mountain pose, stand up, reach your fingers high. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at your hips, bow. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on your shins, draw your heart off your thighs. Exhale, high planks all the way to your belly, hinge forward, lower down. Inhale, Cobra Pose, peel up, feel the back of your neck lengthen with your spine. Exhale, Child's Pose, rock it back, 3 breaths. Deeply inhale, deeply exhale. Deeply breathe in, deeply breathe out. 1 more time, inhale. Last time, exhale. Inhale, tabletop, lift hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step to the top. Halfway lift your chest, inhale. Fold and bow, exhale. Inhale to chair pose, put the weight in your heels. Lift your torso up off your thighs, reach your fingertips up. Put enough weight in your heels that you could wiggle your toes if you wanted to. Send your tailbone down, draw your belly in, and then relax your neck a little bit. So if you're feeling really tight, tense, let some of that tension go. Think of this very much like holding a squat, because you are. So if you've done a gym class, you know what this should feel like, right? So you don't want your knees jutting out too far, want your butt down, you want your butt back. Lift your heart. Take another full breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Hips go high, head goes low. Halfway lift your chest, inhale. And then let's come back to lunges. Step your left foot back, place your knee down. Crescent lunge, so we've been here before, we're turning. Push down through your front heel, lift your heart up. Draw your fingertips in the center of your palms higher to the ceiling. Take a full breath in, let's add a twist. Exhale your hands to your heart, rotate towards your front leg, and then you might want to be here with your elbow on your thigh. Or you can place your left hand down to the inside of your right foot and reach your right arm up. If this feels like a really tight twist, you can lift your back knee off the floor to give you a little bit more space. This will add an extra balance challenge. So just be mindful of what you choose today to best support you. I'm going to keep my back knee down for today. From whatever's grounded in the back, either your knee or your foot, inhale your spine long away from that groundedness, and then turn your rib cage into your shoulder blade. So your turn brings your arm with it instead of your arm leading. Let that all move as one. Yeah, take 1 more breath in. Exhale, hand down, big step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, weight in your heels, tailbone moves back. Lift your arms and torsos up. Exhale, forward fold, bow, send your head down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Then step back this time, lunge, right foot goes back, right knee comes down. Kneeling crescent, lift up. Bring your arms to support from underneath, almost like you're creating a shelf for your heart. Take a full breath in. Exhale, hands to your heart, rotate. Either hook your elbow on your knee or place your hand down and extend your left arm up. So here you can see a little bit better about how the shoulder blade's gonna stay on my back. So instead of reaching for something, stay integrated so that as you turn your chest, your arm turns with you. 2 more breaths, deeply in, deeply out. 1 more time, inhale. Exhale, hand down, step back, downward facing dog. Breathe big. Empty all the way. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and bow. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Cool. So the moves that we've gone through so far have included our child's pose, downward facing dog, chair pose, and how to get through a sun salute without that pesky chaturanga. We also went through a lunge pose called Anjaneyasana, and the variation that we took was on our knees and also with a twist. You can tune into other videos where we'll cover warrior poses, things like warrior, extended side angle, reverse warrior. They're all in a similar family, as well as things like triangle, half moon, and even things like side plank. So stay tuned to more beginner's yoga. I hope you enjoyed this. I mean, if you have the time, we haven't quite hit the 30-minute mark. We have about, maybe 3.5 more minutes to go. So if you can, keep your mat laid out, lie on down in Shavasana or corpse pose, or just lying flat on the ground, and enjoy time to just breathe and be still. Thank you for coming to Julia Marie Yoga. Again, I'm Julia, and I'm here to help you make yoga not only accessible, but something that you really want to do. So remember, you don't need a special space, you don't need a special place. As long as you can roll out a mat or pull up a piece of floor or carpet, you can do yoga. Namaste.